Okay. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag. To the republic which stands justice for all. So before we begin with the resolutions, it's come to my attention that via the rumor mill or whatever, that outdoor dining is on the agenda for this evening's meeting. I would like to let you know that it is not. There will be no decisions made about outdoor dining tonight. But it warrants, I think, an update because since our last meeting, we had a slight discussion on outdoor dining. And once again, it was not on the agenda, but we had a discussion. It was determined that we should cooperate and coordinate with Suffolk County Board of Health. So as a result, I asked Mr. Hammond to reach out to his contact at the Board of Health. And we have arranged a meeting with the Board of Health. And their response was very positive. And I would like to read it to you just for a moment. They emailed back, my department is interested in speaking with the mayor and you about seasonal seats in West Hampton Beach. Numerous other members of my department would like to be included in this meeting, including my bureau chief, the division chief of wastewater management, who sets the seat numbers in the health department, and the deputy commissioner of health services. So we have arranged that meeting with those entities from the county. That meeting is now set for March 15th. Three of us from the village will be going to Yaphank to meet with those entities. Our work session, March 20th, I plan to put outdoor dining on the agenda for discussion. We will have more information at that time from the county and be able to deal with it better. The regular session on April 4th, I am hoping to have resolutions, approvals, whatever we need to accomplish outdoor dining for the season for the village. And the seating season traditionally begins April 15th. So that's the series of events as I see them now. I don't normally speak for the board, but I'm very confident, since they're here to correct me if I'm wrong, that we see outdoor dining as a huge benefit to the community, to the residents, to the businesses, and we occasionally enjoy it ourselves. So we will be pursuing this as best we can in cooperation with Suffolk County Health Services and the other departments. That being said, I think I'd like to move on to the agenda. So Mr. Teeman, would you start with the first resolution?
Resolved that the minutes of the Board of Trustees meeting of February 1st, 2024 are hereby accepted.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the treasurer's report, justice court, police departments, and building inspectors' reports for January 2024 are hereby accepted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the refund payment of 2023-24 tax year property taxes in the amount of $17,887.31 to the property owners specified in the attached as a settlement of small claims as ordered by the New York State Supreme Court.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize Rob wasn't here. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the refund payment. Resolved that the village clerk treasurer is hereby directed to publish and post a notice of public hearing to be held on Thursday, April 4th, 2024 at 5 p.m. The Village Hall for a local law to amend Chapter 178 entitled Vehicles and Traffic.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Whereas Leonard Goldberg, Miguel Cordova, Marlene Rodas, and Annabelle Jimenez have applied for a one-day peddling permit to sell novelties during the St. Patrick's Day Parade on Saturday, March 9th, 2024, pursuant to Section 128-3 of the Village Code. And whereas the Police Department has reviewed and investigated the applicants and found no criminal history pursuant to Article 128-4, now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes a one-day peddling permit to Leonard Goldberg, Miguel Cordova, Marlene Rodas, and Annabelle Jimenez effective March 9th, 2024, and is subject to the requested documentation being supplied and all other conditions in Chapter 128-10 and 128-11 of the Village Codes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolved that Andrew DeBerlis and Andrew Durham are hereby authorized to attend the Long Island Horticultural Conference offered by the Cornell Cooperative Extension on Tuesday, March 5th, 2024, at a cost of $85 per person from GL account code A5110.40 DPW expense.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolved that Kevin Cloquel is hereby authorized to attend the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Vehicle Theft and Recovery Workshop in Elizabeth, New Jersey on March 20th, 2024 at a cost not to exceed $110 for gas tolls and meals from GL account code A3120.415 training.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the West Hampton Beach St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee is hereby authorized to conduct the annual St. Patrick's Day Parade on Mill Road to Main Street, subject to weather, on Saturday, March 9th, 2024, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., subject to receipt of insurance documents.
Just an amendment to that, it should be 2 PM. And, yeah, sorry I didn't get a chance to, and the insurance has been submitted.
So a second as amended?
I second.
Okay. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolved that the East End Little League is hereby authorized to use the Great Lawn from March 15th, 2024 through June 30th, 2024, Monday through Friday from 4 PM to 7 PM for games and practices, and organized will temporarily remove the fencing if requested by the village.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the Greater West Hampton Chamber of Commerce to use Main Street from Library Avenue to Moneybog Lane and Glover's Lane North to parking lot.
To the parking lot, I guess.
Yeah. Glover's Lane North to the parking lot on Saturday. Which parking lot?
The chamber parking lot?
Glover's Lane North to the should we
Chamber's
just put it
parking
in
lot.
there as the
Yeah.
chamber parking lot? On Saturday, April 27th, 2024, with a rain date of April 28th, 2024, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. with a setup at 9 a.m. and breakdown from 5 o'clock for the breakdown from 5. What are we saying there? From 5 o'clock till
From,
Breakdown,
so it's
I guess,
set up at 9 a.m. and breakdown.
Breakdown.
5. Yeah,
from 5 o'clock on.
well, they can start the
Yeah.
5 o'clock breakdown and then.
All right.
How
So-
long it takes
So
to take.
amended to say with setup at 9 a.m. and breakdown starting at 5 o'clock p.m. for the Greater West Hampton Beach Spring Fling.
Second.
As amended. All in favor?
Aye.
Right.
Whereas the village board has received an application from the Greater West Hampton Chamber of Commerce to have a spring fling on Main Street on Saturday, April 27th, 2024, with a rain date of Sunday, April 28th, 2024, the perimeters which are set forth on the map submitted with the application, and whereas the Chamber of Commerce has asked the village board to waive the Village Code, Chapter 54, Section 1-A, to allow open containers within the perimeters and assist the chamber and its participants with an application to the State Liquor Authority to authorize open container alcoholic beverages for this particular event on that day. Now therefore be it resolved that the Village of West Hampton Beach agrees to waive the provisions of the open container law set forth in Chapter 54, Section 1A, and the mayor is authorized to prepare and sign a container letter as quoted by the SLA confirming that the Village of West Hampton Beach authorizes and approves the use of open containers for this particular event within the perimeters.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the village, resolved that West Hampton Beach Brewing Company is hereby authorized to use the village roads for a 5K run on a course approved by the village police chief on Saturday, April 27th, 2024, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., with setup on Friday, April 26th, 2024, and takedown on Sunday, April 28th, 2024, by 1 p.m. with signage by the village sign guidelines and subject to receipt of fees and insurance.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes Justin's Chop Shop to use the property located at 71 Sunset Avenue on Saturday, March 9th, 2024, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. to set up a tent, tables, and chairs and have music, food, and drinks with no cooking under the tent and the alcoholic drinks limited to the property and fenced-in area.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolved that the Greater West Hampton Chamber of Commerce is hereby authorized to use the Village Green on Saturdays starting May 4th, 2024, and ending November 23rd, 2024, with setup starting at 7 a.m. and breaking down no later than 2 p.m. for the seasonal farmers market, subject to signage limited to one on-site location sign only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the Greater West Hampton Chamber of Commerce to use the village sidewalk on Saturday, April 27th, 2024, and Sunday, April 28th, 2024, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. for the annual sidewalk sale sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce. One panel of sidewalks must remain clear for pedestrians.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the West Hampton Free Library is hereby authorized to use the Village Green on Tuesdays from July 9th, 2024 to August 27th, 2024 for the Kids on the Green performance series from 4:30 p.m. to 7 p.m., which includes setup and takedown.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolved that the West Hampton Free Library is hereby authorized to use the Rogers Beach Pavilion from July 1st, 2024 to August 29th, 2024 for various exercise and yoga classes from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. and from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolved that the West Hampton Free Library is hereby authorized to conduct outdoor concerts each Wednesday beginning June 26th, 2024 through September 4th, 2024, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. with rain dates of Thursday, which includes setup and takedown at the Village Green.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the West Hampton Free Library is hereby authorized to use the Great Lawn on Mondays from July 1st, 2024 to August 26th, 2024 for the Monday night movies from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m., which includes setup and takedown. Is 9 p.m. Accurate?
It doesn't take the movie, well,
They don't start until
Sometimes
it's
they don't
dark.
start until 8
till
o'clock.
dark, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not really a big deal, but
You want to adjust it to 10?
10, make it 10 o'clock.
Make it 10.
yeah,
Yeah.
Good point. Thank
Yeah.
you, Brian.
sure. I mean, I've been there past
That's what
9,
they
so-
submitted.
Yeah.
So adjusted to 10 p.m.
Second.
With the amendment? All in favor?
Aye.
Whereas the Village of West Hampton Beach Police Department has made an application for an Extreme Risk Protection Order, ERPO, to the Supreme Court, Suffolk County, and whereas the village prosecutor and the village attorney cannot represent the police department because of conflicts of interest, and whereas on behalf of the village, the mayor has tentatively retained Trevor M. Darrell, an attorney in East Hampton with experience in ERPO applications. Now therefore be it resolved that Trevor M. Darrell, an attorney with the firm of Fleming and Darrell, PLLC, 10 Gingerbread Lane, East Hampton, New York, 11937, is hereby retained by the village to represent the Village Police Department in connection with an ERPO application in Supreme Court, Suffolk County, at the rate of $350 per hour, and that the mayor is authorized to sign a retainer agreement with Mr. Darrell in form approved by the village attorney.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolved that the attached beach rates and rules for 2024 resulting in an increase of $100 for non-resident parking and $40 charge for a second parking permit for residents, taxpayers, and complimentary receipts are hereby approved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the increase of $2.50 per hour for all part-time and seasonal employees as a result of the New York State minimum wage legislation effective June 1st, 2024.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes D and B Engineers and Architects, PC, to prepare the 2024 SWMP Annual Report and additional services for the 2024 Annual Stormwater Management Program at no cost, at a cost not to exceed $13,300 to be taken from GL Code A6410 Environmental.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Resolved that the board pursuant to PBA CBA Section 19D 2
Roman
Two.
numeral two, yep.
hereby agrees to continue the experimental 12-hour work chart through and including May 31st, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolved that the performance bond received from the Gables of West Hampton LTD and WH Equity Group LLC in the amount of $2,224,781.75 as secured by ARC Insurance Company is accepted as security for the performance of the improvements with satisfaction of the Village Planning Board.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
whereas the Village of West Hampton Beach has advertised for bids for the operation of a kayak canoe paddleboard concession at the Village Marina for the 2024 summer season, based upon the specifications on file with the village clerk, one bid was received and opened. This bid was submitted by Island Surf in the amount of $2,000 and met the bid specifications. Now therefore, this bid is now hereby accepted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolved that the warrant for February 2024 in the amount of $341,529.64 for the general fund and $8,850 for the special revenue fund and $202,306.89 for the capital fund is hereby approved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolved that the village clerk treasurer is hereby authorized to post a notice to bidders for the electrical restoration of the Governor John Dix Windmill Project.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
I should, before, I should explain that the reason for this bid is that the original bid for the windmill restoration came in at over $1.5 million, just over $1.5 million. As a result of that, we have to bid the electrical component as a separate entity. So that's why this has now come out as a separate bid, but it's the same project. It's the windmill project. Sorry. All in favor? Did we do that? This one?
Yeah, I think
Yes?
we
Okay.
did it all,
All
yeah.
right, good.
Whereas the Board of Trustees of the village previously adopted rules for the use of village property for non-village related purposes, and whereas Rule Number 2 provides the following. 2, no admission fees may be charged for functions conducted on village property. And whereas the board has determined that policy number 2 has to be changed to allow for the charging of fees in connection with functions of not-for-profit educational, cultural, charitable, and service organizations. Now therefore be it resolved that Rule Number 2 of the rules for the use of village property for non-village related purposes is changed effective immediately to read as follows. no admission fees may be charged for functions conducted on village property except functions approved by the Board of Trustees of the village for not-for-profit, educational, cultural, charitable, and service organizations.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the purchase of one 2023 Ford F-150 Police Responder XL four-wheel drive from New York State Contract PC 69843 from Nielsen Ford in the amount of $48,665, and radio equipment from the New York State Contract PC 21562 in the amount of $7,092.89 to be taken from GL account A 5110.2 equipment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Whereas the Village of West Hampton Beach, the Village, and the Town of Southampton, the town, are the joint owners of the New York State Governor John Adams Dick's Windmill, the windmill. And whereas pursuant to an intermunicipal agreement, the village and the town have agreed, among other things, that the windmill shall be restored, that the restoration shall be accomplished and/or partially accomplished using town community preservation management and stewardship funds pursuant to the terms of a subsequent written agreement between the village, town, and contractor, and in accordance with Town Law 64-E and the Community Preservation Fund acquisition and stewardship rules and regulations adopted by the town board on January 25th, 2011, and whereas the bid package for the restoration of the windmill was prepared by the village consultants, and whereas the village received 3 bids, one of which did not conform to the bid requirements and specifications, and whereas the village is determined to award the Governor John Adams Dick's Windmill Restoration Project, to the lowest responsible bidder, that is Ashler Contracting LLC, 87B Carlton Avenue, Islip Terrace, New York, 11752, for the sum of $1,550,000. Contingent, however, upon the execution of a post-bid award project funding agreement among the town, village, and Ashler Contracting LLC. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of West Hampton Beach hereby accepts the bid of Ashler Contracting LLC and awards the Governor John Adams Dick's Windmill Restoration Project and to Ashler Contracting LLC for the sum of $1,550,000, contingent upon the execution of a post-bid award project funding agreement among the town, village, and Ashler Contracting LLC.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby approves change order number 5E-CO-05 for Elder Contracting Corp., Contract E, in the amount of $7,578 for the supply and installation of 6 cube relays.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that concludes our resolutions for the evening. That brings us to the public comment section of the meeting. Does anyone have anything they would like to speak to?
A question.
Could you, please, we need you to come to the podium, whoever, go ahead. Thank you, Joe. Okay, wait a minute, I'm confused as to who's in charge of the meeting.
I thanked her.
Okay, no, go ahead.
Good,
Yes, it's on.
it wasn't on last. The beach rates,
Yes,
why are we doing that tonight when it's part of the budget and that work session is not for 2 weeks?
we're doing it tonight because we know right now that it's going to affect the budget. It's in part of the preparation of the budget. We're anticipating these beach rates to be included in the budget.
Wouldn't you pass those on a resolution when you pass the whole budget?
We are.
Are you going to be doing the budget piecemeal?
No, the budget, this will be part of the budget. And
It's already passed, so
this part will be, the fact that we raise the rates will be included in the budget. And that we are proceeding.
I don't understand doing it ahead of time.
It was also, we also looked at it because we looked at past budgets and the performance of the beach. And also we looked at, how we could do better in that category. So it's more of an anticipation of what the budget will be coming up to.
It's,
That
it's a
sounded like
combination.
word salad, but that's okay. Yes,
It is in anticipation of relying on this as part of the budget. And yes, we
just
and
don't
we are
understand the
starting-
process
yeah,
because it was always budget work sessions took care of every single piece of the budget, including the beach. That's all part of it.
the-
This is new to the beach.
This is new to the beach. It's a new, well, it's,
Well,
and
every
it's
year it should be
anticipation
new.
of the real estate season as well. People are renting homes and they're signing contracts and they're paying these beach fees along with those things. So that starts happening now, rather than waiting for the budget to be passed in another month or so. So it's a combination of things that I thought it was best, or we thought it was best to pass it right now.
Um, What is your estimate on on the tax cap? Do you think we're going to go over it?
Oh, we have not come to that as a final uh, determination yet. We're close and we are prepared. We do have, we've been advised by our attorney that you have to pass a 1-year code to pierce
I
the cap.
understand that.
So we are prepared to do that. Right now, we have that code prepared, so we're ready to go. We're in the budget process. If we have to pierce the cap, then we will pass that code and pierce the cap.
Are you estimating that you will? You're looking
gonna
at the
be
numbers
close.
already, so.
It's gonna be
I mean,
close.
It's gonna
I
be very
want-
close.
I'm
It's gonna
trying
be
to
very-
get a heads up.
Yeah.
I know you've been working on it, Ralph.
Yes. Awful lot of pressures on the budget. And this minimum wage from New York State is one of the pressures. Increases in health insurance that weren't predicted, that happened in January of 10%. That's for this year, let alone next year, and anticipated further increases of health insurance. We're in the middle of PBA negotiations. The police are will probably result with a large pay increase because of pressures from surrounding police. We have to pay we don't want to be the worst paid police force,
Why not?
and we don't want to be the best
We don't want to be the
paid.
best either.
We don't want to be the best paid either, but we do. It's just like the beach rates and the minimum wage. We have to compete with in the job market if we are going to be able to have people work for our village.
Well,
So
I'm,
there's all those pressures on it, and it's 2% is not a big
well, we
increase.
haven't gone over it, Rob,
We've been
Yeah, we've been-
successful
but
to this
I'm,
point.
I'm
I mean-
sure, I'm sure,
Yes.
I'm sure you're working hard at finding ways to cut expenses.
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
are.
are.
Yes,
All right. The last comment I will make on the beach rates.
yes.
I don't think $40 is going to kill anybody. But you know what it is? You increase taxes to residents and then take away something that was free, you're going to get crucified.
Yes, well, uh, I'm prepared for crucifixion because I felt it was the right thing to do. It was the proper thing to do.
And it's subject to, they can be reviewed next year,
Yes.
how it goes. It's only a 1,
Next year you'll make it 60.
no, it's only a 1 year.
No,
Don't say that.
no, we can, the beach rates, just like the marina rates, everything's subject to change every single year. And seldom do they go down, I'll admit. And this is a new feature, but surrounding the town, they all charge for parking passes. The village of Quogue charges everybody for parking passes, whether you're resident or non, I don't think they give non-resident passes, but they charge for parking passes. I don't know of another village that gives away free passes. to be honest. So this is a soft entry to trying
The reality.
to help compensate for the minimum wage, impact as well. They're coming,
Yes.
and I know you are too. Okay, thank you.
Usual.
Yeah. Anyone else like to speak? Sure. Yeah.
I'm confused on the beach thing again. I don't think $40 kills anybody. I did think it was gonna be discussed again because Sean was coming last week, last
Well,
month.
Yeah, he was
And then he
supposed to
didn't.
come, yeah.
So in my mind, I thought it was being held over, not decided upon, because I kind of wanted to hear about staffing down there because, I mean, I don't go to that beach, but I've been there a few times.
Uh-huh.
Always seems like there's a lot of kids staffing at the top of it. I go to Jetty. I think it's adequately staffed with
Discuss staffing and lifeguard staffing.
lifeguard staffing. I know isn't entirely, and it's an obstacle and not. It just seems like there's a massive amount down at Rogers. I mean,
But
Jetty has the one, and I think that's all it needs.
The faces change as well because they work for a while and then have to go away to sports camp or whatever, and then we have to hire another, and so there's
Turnover.
it's a turnover.
Can you
It's a
just
constant
clarify
thing.
for me, because I can't from this chart? I'm very unclear. If you go down on the chart, and again, I understand taxpayer and commercial business, year-round village renter. When you get to non-residential taxpayer and year-round resident West Hampton, Remsenburg, Spionk, Weog, there's 4 beach passes and 1 parking permit. But what's the charge? I know I saw in the minutes it went up 100, but it doesn't look like there's a base
That
charge there.
didn't go up 100,
What went up
Right.
100?
am I right?
This is.
It's the renters. So let me pull it up.
I
It's
don't
not,
see a charge for any of these. I know.
It's there. It's in the,
There's the
it's,
dark.
it's in the dark thing.
Oh, it's in,
See if you
it's
can.
got to be kidding.
yeah,
It was the color one.
This is what a copy that. Yeah. Yeah, you can have that. You can keep that. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Copy machine doesn't like red.
I'm sorry, can I just ask one thing? I have to come back up here. The Wednesday night. Is that taking the place of the Thursday night concert, or that's in addition?
Requested that they move them
They're moving
from
them to
Thursday to
Wednesdays.
Wednesday, and that's to
I mean-
provide for a rain date on Thursday. So
Thank you.
Aaron.
Anyone else wish to speak?
I have a color copy if you want to see the numbers in the dark. All right.
I didn't understand, there's no base amounts, and I was like, I
Yeah.
think people pay something, but. They're children.
Anyone else wish to speak?
Steve McKenna from Times of View Media. Just a question on the windmill project. What do you anticipate the start date for the project?
We hope, the bidding process has been complicated,
Mhm.
and that's why we originally hoped for a March start date. But because the town, we're doing this in collaboration with the town, and because the town comptroller and attorneys found a glitch in our process, and we had to resolve that by mutually agreeing to own it and mutually accept the bid and things like that. That's been delayed. The contractor believes that now that we've done this, he's moving ahead with ordering some long lead items. The town will also have a resolution in conjunction with this. He's hoping, to answer your question, a May start date now.
Gotcha.
And we hope to have a May completion date the following year, so we only interrupt one summer season.
Gotcha. I know the special events permits are being held up to wait on the construction plan. Is that gonna be
No,
still
no.
reviewed by Mark Fifteen?
Actually, it's been misinterpreted,
Yeah.
but what is happening, we are not stopping any special events.
Gotcha.
we are trying to express is the fact that we're gonna have to coordinate and cooperate with the contractor and the special events. The advantage is that, for the contractor, he will not be working on weekends, most likely, because that's overtime.
Gotcha.
Special events are on weekends, so that's a benefit. We just have to accommodate the construction sites
You're,
with the
if
special
you're having,
events.
you may have to move move your further away from there's gonna be an area
From the
roped up
circle area.
from that area.
Right.
Gotcha.
The proposed site for the windmill is right on the corner of Botunk and Main, closest to the country club. So there's like an 80-foot area there away from the sidewalk.
Right.
And then there's where the windmill is currently stored. That'll be a restricted site as well. But the rest of the great lawn should be available.
So they're gonna
But-
keep their equipment where the windmill is right
That's
now.
up- That's up to them.
Up
That's
to
why we're
them.
waiting, we're waiting for their plan before we can
Yeah, yeah.
share it with you, and then you make your plans to accommodate. It's simple as that.
Awesome.
The
Okay.
majority of this stuff is probably gonna move to the east. You just have to move, you have plenty of,
We had plenty of room to go that way.
to go that way. That's why you're just gonna be
Right.
down further east, that's all.
We'll cooperate. Everybody will cooperate, and we're not denying any special events. that have been-
Just an understanding that there's gonna be a construction site there, you gotta work around it.
Okay?
Thank you.
Sure.
Are we
Do
gonna,
you want to come to the podium, please, Vince?
we didn't discuss the park today?
No, there's,
No.
the agenda is the agenda, Vince. I expressed to you several times that the work sessions are when we have discussion times. If you want to have a comment, that you're welcome to come and have public comment. But the work session is when the work session is the work session, and that's when we discuss proposals, thoughts, ideas, action items, and then the resolutions happen at this meeting, which we just read. What, 30-something resolutions? That's the final result of the discussions. So, and we've been through this process with you before, for the
The reason I
original
thought it
courts, we had a work session discussion, we met with you on site. We came up with a thought, an idea, process, resolution was drafted, resolution is read and either passed. Rarely has this board not passed a resolution because we work well together. But that's the process.
Okay, so
So-
the next meeting,
The next, just to be upfront, in addition to the outdoor dining situation that will be discussed at the next work session, I plan to discuss the finalizing the bocce court location of things. There are a lot of things that were done without permission, and we have to address those. Simple as that.
meeting would that be? What day?
March 20,
Third Wednesday.
Third
Third
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
third Wednesday in March, whatever the
the
date.
work
is.
sessions are
I don't know what
always
the
the third Wednesday of the month.
20th.
Okay. March
Okay.
20.
Somebody had a
Okay.
calendar to look at.
Right. Anyone else with
Bless you.
wish to speak? Okay, there being no one else, we have an executive session, so I need the motion to go into an executive session regarding personnel issues.
Make motion, we go into executive session for personnel.
Favor? Okay. Thank you all for coming.